break up in season 8 of The Next Step. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Speedy Hayler and we're back for another video. Today in this video we're going to speak about the pros and the cons whether I think Piper and Finn will break up in season 8. So let's get into the video. So my first prediction of whether Piper and Finn will break up is their relationship has been, what should I say, really good. I'd probably say it's probably been better than Kingston's and Lily's. Because Kingston's and Lily's, what was going on? Can anyone tell me what the heck? And I've never seen anything so someone break up that many times in my life and then get back together. Never. So I think that my predictions are that I think that Kingston and Piper and Finn will not break up because they haven't had that amount of time to get to know each other. They've only been together for like one season, not even a season. Like, they've been together for like since season 7. So I feel like they need to progress the relationship a bit more. And I don't feel like it's going anywhere. Like it's going to the ground and I could be on the floor sleeping. That's how boring it is. I feel like they need to improve more. Don't mind what's on my lip, guys. Let me just tell you that right now because it looks horrible, but it's a stupid spot what's on my lip. So just ignore the lip. Anyway. So Piper and Finn, I feel like they should stay together till around season 11 because they haven't had that much time with each other. They've had literally 1 year with each other. That's not long enough for a relationship. I feel like it can progress a lot more. They could go on dates. They could do this. They could do that. They could maybe even have dates at I've actually forgot what the cafe is called in season 8. I know it's got bubble tea. Mr. C Bubble Tea, I think it's called. So they can have dates in there. Just like with Shazzy, which I'm really looking forward to seeing in season 8. So don't mind me, guys. Got coffee. When you are a YouTuber and when you are an influencer online, you have to drink a lot of these because flipping out, it's tiring, literally. So I feel like what will happen is that in episode 1, season 8, they will not break up because their relationship will progress throughout season 8. And then when Finn says it's time to see what's next for me, I'm a bit confused because Finn's not even been on it that long. He's been on it literally from season 6, from the start of season 6. He's been on it like 3 years. I don't think that's long enough, really. But these are my honest opinions this time, guys. I'm not like just faking it to tell you guys like I did in the last video. I'm not doing that. This is actually my real prediction. So I feel like in episode 1, season 8, like Rochelle and Ozzy will start to become closer with each other and then become in a relationship. And then Piper and Finn's relationship will progress. And then in episode 5, season 8, Piper and Finn's relationship will start to get closer and closer and closer and closer and closer and closer and closer. Literally. As in, like, kissing, hugging, and all that kind of stuff, basically. What a relationship is. And I actually really feel like they could be really good together. And I actually think, I don't know why, but I think that Piper and Finn will get together outside of the next step, which means that they'll be together when not filming. I don't know why, but I just get that thing where I feel like they will be together when they're not filming as well. So I feel like it's just a 50-50 basis, basically. So I feel like that when Piper and Finn then start to progress the relationship, it will then be time to find out, which will be I feel like episode 15, season 8, will be where they decide the duet. So Piper and Finn will go forward, Rashozzy will go forward, which means Rochelle and Ozzy will go forward. And I feel like, I don't know why, because I've got a feeling these two are going to break up. Jude and Cleo will go forward. But there is one thing that I've got to say. Most of A-Troop do make it to nationals, because I saw it on the trailer. And most of them are right through the video, right through the trailer. So I've got a feeling that when A-Troop decide to find out who's going to nationals, A-Troop literally bust out their best moves and get on the nationals team. So then I feel like most of B-Troop won't get on, because I don't really see that many B-Troop on A-Troop. I see a lot of A-Troop people on there, like Piper, Finn, Kenzie, Amy, Cleo. And in the picture that I saw on Instagram, Jude wasn't even in it. So I've got a feeling she's going to mess up in the challenge and then not get to the second round, basically. Which means she gets cut from the 24 dancers. What was it, dancers? Yeah, 24 dancers, and they might narrow it down to 12. I feel like she gets cut there. Or was it 35 dancers? Oh, I really can't remember. But I know they do it in that kind of order, and then they cut people throughout, basically. Because then the final cut is where they then have the full A-Troop, the full 12 dancers, which means there'll be 2 alternates and basically 10 dancers that will be dancing on stage. Because alternates don't do anything. And as you already know, the thing that happened with Cleo, I'm a bit shocked. I'm like, alternates don't get to dance, so why is she saying she doesn't know what to do now because she's an alternate? Alternates don't dance. I think everybody needs to understand that. When you are an alternate, you aren't dancing in any dances at all. So please understand that that scenario with Cleo was stupid. Literally, I feel like, what is the point in it at all? And apparently that's just my opinion, I think. But anyway, back to Piper and Finn. So I feel like episode 20, season 8, will then be where they start to realise that nationals is a lot harder than they think. So then Nick comes in every single day like he did with Dance Mania, so then they get ready for it. And he comes in every single day to choose who's doing the female soloist, who's doing the male soloist, who's doing the duet, who's doing the small group, and who's doing the... Obviously, all of them will be doing the semi-final and final. Because obviously, I think there's 6 rounds at Nationals. So there's male soloist, duet, small group, female soloist, semi-finals and finals. So they are all the rounds at Nationals. And if you don't get through one of those rounds, you are gone. Goodbye. That is how scary Nationals is. If you do not get through that round and you do not get chosen to go to the next round, your team and that dancer goes home empty-handed, no matter what. Goodbye. You're out of the competition. There is no second chances at Nationals. That is how scary Nationals is. Like, what? And it's even one mistake. Make one mistake at Nationals and your team and that person goes home empty-handed. It is scary. So you have to be the best of the best at Nationals. So this is where I think Piper and Finn's relationship will start to spread off a little bit. So they've just started Nationals and they're at Nationals and they are in the male soloist. So I feel like in the male soloist round, I really can't decide on who will be the male soloist. Because there's so many different people on the next step that could be amazing soloists, but I just don't know. I just don't think they'll be as good as Eldon was in season 2. It's so hard, literally. But I have made a decision, and these are the 3 people that I think will be the male soloist. I would love if Finn was the male soloist. I'd be probably really happy for him because he has actually worked really, really hard in A-Troop so far. This is his 3rd year. I should say 3rd season, but it's still kind of years as well, guys, because in a dance year, you are there for a full year. It's not like a month, it's not like 2 months, it's a full year. So, I definitely think that either Finn, Ozzy, or Kingston will be the male soloist. But this is where Finn and Piper's relationship gets a bit complicated. Because Finn is now the male soloist and he's thinking about his future. Literally, suddenly, that's it. He's thinking about his future. He doesn't know what to do. So, when he thinks about his future, he's thinking about it all through Nationals. Every single round they are getting through, he's still thinking about what he wants next in his life. So then I feel like what will happen is that Piper and Finn will go from this close to around there, which means that they're a little separated now. They're starting to separate and go their own ways. But then Piper is trying to push back and get with him again, but Finn is like, no, I am moving on, basically. So I feel like this is going to be a relationship that is where it's too complicated and they have to break up, basically. Because I know a lot of people, that happens in a lot of relationships. And let me just tell you, it's happened in one of my relationships as well. I literally was that close and then they literally, it's gone. The relationship's gone. We've not even spoken to each other since last year. That's when I last had a girlfriend. That was really embarrassing, but let's move on. So when Piper and Finn, when obviously they're moving on and they're trying to separate, Piper really doesn't want to separate. She doesn't know what she'll do without Finn. She doesn't know how she's going to run, how she's going to go about life and stuff like that without him. And I feel like she's going to be really, really upset. Obviously, Piper hides her emotions, just like Emily, just like Michelle. Not really seen her cry apart from season 3. Season 3, when her parents get divorced, which is really, really sad. And that can actually happen in a lot of families, guys, and you do need to understand that. It's a reality TV drama, but it still is based, the storylines are still based on real life. Like, that can actually happen to someone where their parents get divorced and they can be really, really overwhelmed and upset because they feel like it's all their fault, but it's actually not. Like, I really understood that storyline, and as you can tell, I'm very good at that kind of stuff. Probably one of my biggest skills and biggest strengths that I'm very good at, of telling people, explaining to people the storyline. So I feel like the storyline will then twist when in season 8, episode 22, which is where the female soloist comes in. So they've got past the duet, the small group, and now they're on female soloist. So they've got 3 rounds left. And I feel like the female soloist will be competing from Rochelle, Amy, or Kenzie. But this is where I went in and I said about Nick leaving and he gets this job on a reality TV show and he doesn't know what to do and he's really, really torn on what to do. So then I feel like when he leaves, there's going to be someone else that's going to become studio head. Like I said last time, because I'm not going to say it again because it's a completely different video. And we're not moving backwards, we're moving forwards with my videos. I want these videos to be amazing. I want them to people to actually understand about, because I am actually a dancer, so I understand it a lot more than like people that aren't dancers, if you get what I mean. So I understand like the storyline and stuff like that. A lot of people like with like TNS Waves, for example, he knows a lot about the next step and he's watched it I think quite a long time. I've not really asked him. But we are very, we're very good friends online. So yeah, shout out to TNS Waves for helping me make these videos. It's amazing. I wouldn't be able to do it without you. But yeah, you literally changed my life. So when when Piper and Finn, so this is the predictions, this is the cons of what's going to happen in the relationship. So when we get to female soloists, Piper is then gonna say that I want to be the female soloist. But they've already gone to nationals and she's far too late. She should have auditioned. But then she explains to Nick, to Rochelle or Kenzie. So I feel like it would either be Rochelle or Kenzie running the studio. She explains to them. And then Rochelle and Kenzie are like, I don't know what to do. And then they say, I'm sorry, Piper, but you should have auditioned when we asked. And because she didn't audition, which means that she can't do it. And she's real upset. And then Rochelle like goes and speaks to her. Because Rochelle's very good at that, stuff like that. She's actually got a really kind heart in the end. Even though she's really stubborn. Like a really stubborn. Really stubborn character. Even I'm not that stubborn. I am sometimes, but not all the time. But then, obviously, Piper and then Finn, I feel like will get chosen to do this male soloist, and then he'll love it. He'll get them through to the next round. And then when they get to female soloist, Rochelle will get them through to the next round. And then, this is where I feel like Piper and Finn's relationship will spread. Which means that it's no more, there's no more pain, basically. So, when we get to the semi-final round, they're like, right, this is it. This is what we've been working towards all year. It's time to shine and it's time to get through to the final round. But this is where I think a big, massive twist will come in. I feel like Tiara Bling or Maria will spoil the next step's chances of getting through to the final round. They'll do anything. Literally anything. So going back to season 2 where Lucien came in and then Miss Kate found out that Lucien was a judge at internationals. I feel like that's not going to happen this time, but there's going to be something. I can't really think on what it could be, but it could be anything that Tiara Bling and Maria will do. And I really think that now, because Tiara Bling and Maria are friends, I don't say they're enemies. I feel like they're on the same side as each other, because Tiara Bling doesn't like the next step. And Maria hates the next step. So I feel like between their rivalry, they're going to try and stop A-Troop from winning the semi-finals round. This is where the juicy bit comes in, which I'm really excited about. So, apparently, according to Miles Dobson, there's 27 episodes. But when I googled it, I'm sure it said 26. But we never know if there's 27 episodes, which means I actually thought that if there was only 26, they weren't going to show the final round, which means I would be really annoyed. But I feel like now that they will, because there's 27 episodes. So when this big twist comes in, or whatever it is, everybody is like, what is going on? And I feel like when they find out that something bad's gone on and that could ruin their chances of winning nationals, none of them think about nationals anymore. That is it. Their mind is off nationals. They're now thinking about what they want for their future. And I know exactly how hard it is to stop thinking about a competition and then think about your future life and what you want to do. And it is so hard. It's like, it's intimidating. It is scary. It is petrifying. It's like you don't know what to do because you don't know where to go. You don't know what to do. But I'm really thinking that there ain't going to be an internationals this year. Next year, I mean. I don't know why, but I've just got a feeling that it's not going to happen. I just feel like because of most of them are moving on, there's going to be a brand new A-Troop, which scares me a little bit, because when I go to audition, there could be much better dancers than me. And that is scary. So I feel like when that big twist comes in, Maria will come in on the stage. And this is a prediction, guys. This isn't real. I don't know whether this will happen. It's not a definite. It's probably like a 45% chance it's going to happen, which means it's not a lot. There's a 65% chance that this will not happen. So I feel like Maria will come on stage whilst they're getting ready for the semi-final rounds, when they've got like 2 hours on stage to come up with a dance. When they do that, then Maria comes in and says, and starts clapping like she did when they did it at Dance Mania, because Dance Mania is gone. Dance Mania is no more. It's like Dance Mania has disappeared. It's gone. It's out of the show. It's bankrupt, basically. There's no Dance Mania no more. So when that happened, and she clapped in their face, in Dance Mania Season 7, the end of Season 7, that will happen again. But this time, her one goal, like Lucien, was to take down the next step from disqualifying themselves, because she was not happy, because it nearly bankrupted her and Dance Mania. So I feel like her one goal is to take down the next step, and she might have finally just succeeded. So then everyone is panicking, everyone is scared, everyone is like, what are we going to do now? And then another big twist comes in. I can't believe I am saying this, but I feel like Tiara Bling will stop like being friends with Maria and start to realise that A-Troop is actually really good. Because I know a lot of characters that have come by in the years from the Next Step, and they have made it, they have become a much better character, and they're not as mean or bossy or horrible, and I feel like she'll come to her own self, and she will realise that the Next Step isn't bad after all. So when Maria walks off stage, Tiara Bling will come in. No one will be happy, like they were in the off-season. But no one will be happy. She'll come in and she'll be like, I want to help you guys win nationals. And everyone is completely shocked. It's like, why would you try and sabotage the next step and then want to help? That is really creepy. But then they allow it, and she comes up with killer choreo, and thankfully, she helps them win nationals. Which is where, like I said, that email will come in for Rochelle. And I feel like she will get that email and she'll be like, I'm so sorry, guys. And I've loved being in A-Troop for so long, but it's time for me to move on. This is where they're back at the studio thinking about going to internationals, but there's not that many left, which means in season 4, there is a completely different new A-Troop, which I feel like will happen in season 8, episode 27. They'll be back at the studio right at the end, and Rochelle will be like, that's it for me, A-Troop, goodbye. It'll always be my home, but it's time for me to move on and to pursue my dreams of becoming a professional dancer. These are my predictions, guys, so don't take them seriously. Once that happens, I feel like then Kingston will come in. Kingston will be like, I really don't know what's next for me. So I think for now, I'm going to stay in A-Troop and gets really excited for internationals. So a few of them will get excited for internationals and a few of them will leave. This is what I think Piper will do. Piper will come up, start doing an amazing turning, her shennies, her everything, and then say, I really don't know whether A-Troop is what I want anymore. Because there's always that character that doesn't know what they want. They don't know what they want with their life. So then she'll move back, and then at the end of at the end where they do the end pose, she will be there, but doesn't know. She won't be a happy self. She'll be really concerned about what she wants for her future. Then, this is where the big twist comes in, Finn will go up and say, that's it. I've really loved everyone in A-Troop, but it's time for me to do bigger and better things. So he doesn't say what he's going to do, like Rochelle did, but he says it's time for me to do bigger and better things. And then I feel like Lily will come up and Lily will say, I don't know. I really don't know what I want. Whether I want to move to LA and pursue my dreams, or stay at the next step. Now, I don't know why, guys, but I really feel like Kenzie won't be in the fall of season 8 because of the trailer that I saw. She's not really in the whole of the trailer. I think she'll probably be into about episode 20, which means she'll be in 20 episodes. But then I feel like she'll leave, and I think she'll bail on the next step and say that I can't do this no more. And I really don't know whether she will still be friends with Rochelle or completely have a completely new, fresh start. Now, I don't know why, but I don't think any of them will go to university because they are a lot older now and they're a lot older than the cast that was thingy. And a lot of them did go to university. I think Max went to university, but I don't think any of this cast will go to university because they're a lot older. Like a lot older. So they're like in their 20s or something like that. But in that character, they're playing like an 18-year-old or a 19-year-old, basically. Or a 17-year-old. Probably not a 17-year-old, actually. And that's just a bit too young. Remember, guys, that's their character, so it's not real. So when this song plays, and they say, we're going to show the word, and all the rest of it, when that happens, they will then be like, when all of them have disappeared, basically. I love how they do that, because they make like a flashlight, and then they're literally gone, and it's like, what the heck has just happened? It's amazing. I love the cameras at the next step. It's so cool how they do the camera tricks. And how they did with Margie in season 2. In season 3. And she literally disappeared in sparkles. How the frick do you do that? It is sick. And then when they disappear, it's like, what's going on? So then, obviously, like they did on season 4, some of them will come back and explain to everyone what they're doing now and what they've moved on with. So, because obviously, even though it looks like they've only just done it in one day, they've not. They've actually been gone like a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, basically, doing what they want to do. But then the age group auditions come up. And then that's it. It finishes. So Pipers and Finn's relationship has gone. There's no more pain. That is the end of this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. And I've literally left it on a big cliffhanger because I've not told you the whole of the dancers. And I have an amazing video coming up soon because we're going to speak about Heathcliff's future. And I'm so excited about that. So make sure you stay tuned because I have a few more videos coming up this summer before autumn. So make sure you stay tuned. So when that all happens, that's it. Like the show has finished. So I am now gonna go and I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure you like, subscribe and turn that notification bell on so you get every single video that is coming out. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys!